quick look at top trades. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you something at 4 times speed, because this is quite a long period of trade. But what we're looking at here is this is a move in Eurostoxx up to the close. Now I'm not going to play you the entirety of it because that will take perhaps a little bit too long. But we're going to have a look at, particularly once you break these highs. So we tested these highs, which come in at around about 26.93. Now, bear in mind that we had pretty much an open drive on the Eurex session. After that, we not traded back up there. And after that open drive down, we hadn't really spent any time anywhere above 00 effectively. So once you had that first early drop, very little trade above 00, and you can see it on the ladder just there. You can see very, very low volume here. This is where we opened up, and so this is then your target towards the upside. The overnight range high was then coming in at around about 20. So they were your two targets. What we see then, and I'll start this off, and like I said, I'll play this on 4 times speed for you. What we then see, we start this move up, and this is the impulsive move up. You see 1,000 lot there, and that's fine. You could try and sell with that 1,000 lot. Gets through it, and that, if you're playing towards the upside, is perfect. That's what you want to see, and you can see then that it trades through it, and the bids came in at 00 and 01. So now we're at a point, and you can see once again, it trades back through 99. The bid does keep on coming back. So right now we're at the point where we've got very little volume above. This is the area where we're now seeing a bit of a battle. And what you've got to think about here, if you've bought this, so you've got in at 00 as that 1,000 lot broke, where's your stop going to be so that you can maintain this position? What we're looking to be seeing here then is any more selling does get eaten up, and eventually this absorption that we're seeing at 00 breaks and the move can continue. Bear in mind at this point the S&P was also pushing higher as well. So in terms of stop, you'd be looking at this thinking, well, this little patch of low volume here, 95, as long as you can have a stop below there, you're fine on this. And we can see that what's happening is over this little range from about 01 down to 98, you're getting this sort of two-way trade. This is in essence where you've got to try and make a decision about what you're going to do. You could hold your position and wait for it to break and then buy more on the break, say at 02 just there. But do bear in mind, if you're going to try and do that, you have to accept that this could rotate back. We've not seen it. Now that you start getting at 03, 04, now you're feeling a little bit more comfortable on this. Trade back to 03, offered 02, and the bids start coming back. So what we're not seeing is any real rotation back into this range. That's a good sign. So this is now a sign that we could start to progress towards the upside. We've absorbed in this area, and steadily the absorption gets higher and higher from the buyers. What I mean by that is buyers buy through 00 and 01, and then now as it's ticking back, it's not able to progress below 02, 01 area, whereas to start with it was getting down towards 98. So you see again, trades back to 01, 02. This is where a bit of patience and a bit of watching of where we're pulling back to, it really pays off here. You're waiting for the move up. And so what you need to be thinking about here is I've got my position. As long as we're not trading back to 95, which does feel like a slightly uncomfortable trade, as long as we're holding and the buyers keep on coming back in at 01, 02, we're okay on this trade. Then once we get above 04, this is where we should then start to see further progression to the upside. What you actually get is a lack of it. We push up to 06 and pull back once again. Uncomfortable, but the pullback once again maintains above 01, which is exactly the point where you started to buy. And so even though sellers originally were there, they couldn't hold it below there. So you're now looking up towards the open, and what we're looking then for is it to break the open and keep this move going. So we're now up, pushing up towards 12. This is a chance to scale something out. We could stall at the open, and that is important to remember. But in your mind now, we've got some low volume here at 08. We've got another 1400 lot starting to chase it up. We traded through this area quite quickly. So this then should be a clue that we can keep this move going. And your larger target then is still up towards 18, 19, 20, which was the overnight highs. So they're your bigger targets on this trade. We're now starting to see a bit of absorption coming in again at 10 as well. So we see there, trades every time we go offered, we get a bid coming in at 10. And this could be a chance then to add back onto the trade. What you don't really want to be seeing is it getting offered 10 and start to trade down. And we see that this does actually happen in the end. So this would be a point where realistically, if you're adding on at 10, you are probably going to take a loss on this. So as you start trading back through 10, it starts to hold the offer. This is where anyone who's buying here starts to get pushed out of the trade. So we see once again, offers coming in. We can't get a bid that holds above 10. And we're starting to see steadily that the sellers are starting to take a bit more control of this. So this little drop would be a point perhaps to come out of that. But bear in mind now, we've clearly got a lot of selling at 10. This breaks, your original position's fine. And this first high here at 06 is where we test back to. So your original position's high. Get through 10 now. You need to remember that their buying came in there. We're through 10 again. Buyers are now coming back in. This is what you want to see. So now we saw selling, nearly 10,000 lots at 10. One dip down towards 06, doesn't progress the move. Now you should be looking for the continuation. This is now where the overnight high becomes your target. That's what you're looking for on this trade. Little push to 15. Once again, another test back to 10, and the buying comes straight in. So there's no sellers there at 10 when we get back there. This is now where we're looking towards that overnight high for your exit on the trade. And as we get in towards the cash close, and that's where we've sort of lost a little bit of track here, that's what pushes us towards 21, 22. That gives you your exit on the trade. That's what you're looking for. So what that trade was all about was recognizing where the selling was coming in and recognizing then the tip in the activity. And what we saw originally down at 01 was that you started to see this two-way trade, and then you could see that steadily the selling could not hold on to the move down. Each time it sort of sold, the buy-in came in progressively higher, particularly once they took 00 and 01, which is where the selling first came in. The market was tilted to the buyer's side. We saw that in a very quick phase at 10 as well, where the buy-in tried it at 10s, and then continually the offer came in at 10, and eventually the bid could not keep on building at 10. Once that happened, then the fallback was there. But bear in mind then, you know the reference point. 10 was your level. As soon as you went back through 10 and there were no sellers there, the move then progresses towards the upside. Great example of absorption then breaking to keep the move going.